Now, being a video editor, it is really important that you have an easy workflow. One thing that'll help you in your video editing process is utilizing keyboard shortcuts. Let's take a look at what keyboard shortcuts are and how to use them. A keyboard shortcut is a key or a combination of keys that are pressed or held down to help perform a certain action. Now, I'm currently using a Mac, but if there's an alternate combination for Windows, I'm going to put a little footnote at the bottom of the screen. Let's go ahead and work through some of the basic keyboard shortcuts. Now, if I wanted to access my basic editing tools, let's start by accessing my selection tool. All I need to do is hit V, and now you see my selection tool is available. If I wanted to make a cut and access my razor tool, all I have to do is hit C, and now I have my razor tool. H for hand, P for my pen. I can move my mouse up to my program monitor and hit T for my text. Or if I wanted to go ahead and move my entire timeline, I could hit A and select my track selection forward tool. Let's click and drag. Another useful shortcut is if you select the clip, hold down Option, and drag. As you can see, I now have two clips. What Premiere Pro did was duplicate that exact clip without needing to copy or paste. Any effects or parameter changes I had are now applied to it. If you could see, my scale is at 120 on this clip and also on this clip. I have a 7 rotation on the duplicate as well as a 7 rotation on the original. It makes an exact duplicate of the clip. Let's say I have a clip in my project bin that I want to now add to my timeline. I want to insert it. Now, I could select the clip and drag, but as you see, now this clip has replaced a portion of some of my footage. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command Z to undo. And what I actually want to do is select the clip. I'm going to hold Command and drag. And as you can see, I now have arrows that have popped up. When I release, you can see that my timeline has shifted, the clip is inserted, and nothing has been replaced. But what happens when I want to replace something? Maybe I want to replace this particular clip with some additional footage. Maybe I have B-roll that I find to be better. What I can do is I could select my clip, and this time we're going to hold Option and drag and release. And as you can see, my clip has been replaced. It still holds some of the same parameters as the original clip, but now I don't have to worry about deleting or having to re-edit. I'm going to hit undo. What we're going to do now is talk a little bit about customization. We're going to take a look at using customized keyboard shortcuts. As we already know, Adobe really likes to add customization when it comes to our workflow within Premiere Pro. Now remember, I'm on my Mac, so if you're a Mac user, you're going to head up to Premiere Pro and select keyboard shortcuts. What Premiere Pro has done is they've given you access to various keyboard shortcuts. They've given you a visual representation of where each shortcut is. They've also made it really easy for other video editors who maybe previously worked in Avid or Final Cut. If I use this drop-down menu, you can see that I have access to Avid shortcuts as well as Final Cut shortcuts. This makes the transition from Final Cut and Avid to Premiere Pro a lot easier for pro video editors. Let's go ahead and select our Premiere Pro default. As you can see, there are a lot of different options. They've organized it by basic editing tools, program shortcuts, having to create new files and close projects, basic edits, and so on. Premiere Pro has done a really good job in organizing each shortcut into certain categories. As we scroll, what we can see are the actions and the shortcuts. But what happens if I want to perform something and it's just not there? Let's go ahead and say, I want to use my vertical type tool. I'm going to start by making sure my custom preset is already selected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my first shortcut. As we can see, there are already shortcuts that are assigned. Maybe I want to create a vertical text. What I can do is underneath the shortcuts, you can see that I could start inputting my own shortcut. I'm going to select F3 and click off. So now when I type F3, a vertical text should appear. Now remember, it is so important to save your preset. If you don't save your preset, you're constantly going to have to recreate this, especially if you have other users using Premiere Pro. So I'm going to hit save and name my preset and hit OK. Now you can see my vertical text is now a new key and I hit OK. So now when I hit F3, you can see I have a text box for vertical text. You can always go back, just like anything, to Premiere Pro, hit keyboard, and you could either delete the certain key or delete the whole keyboard if you wish. You can always reference the provided article to not only see this keyboard, but also get a breakdown of shortcuts on both Mac and PC.